I'm like, she's a grown woman that can't make those decisions right now. She's in the heat, and she's been drinking since this morning. My girl's like, you think that? And I'm like, listen, that girl is drunk. She would not do that in front of all these people. We had our fun wherever we had our fun in a hotel room. Mm-hmm. That doesn't, you know what I mean? It was private. It was our first time. That doesn't mean that she's just going to be out here throwing pussy around everybody. Mm-hmm. I was getting agitated, right? She finished with that part. He starts getting in between her legs. I grab the Moet bottle. I go over to her. Yo, they just bought another bottle of Moet. Y'all want some? Homie, the minute they bought the first bottle out, he came running over.
Groupie.
Right? Like, and now, it's just funny how he moved. My girl pointed out how he moved to me and all that. By the way, my girl was tipsy too, right? Mm-hmm. So this is not a shot at my girl. Plus, women tend to know how women move and take that into a lot more consideration, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm sure she's been around people who do certain shit. Mm-hmm. Don't shoot at mine, is what I'm saying. I get the bottle in between them. They both come up. The girl comes over, happily lays on my girl. Not on top of her, but next to her, puts her head on her. I'm drunk. I look at my girl like, I told you. She's like, yo, I ain't know she was that hit. I'm not that drunk, but I ain't know she was that hit.
First of all, in a pool, it's very hard to tell when you're like really. You ever been really smacked in a pool? You'll be like, because you're in water, so you already like that. You gotta wait till you get on land to see how smacked you are. Especially if you're drinking in water, it take you a minute to realize how fucked up you really are.
Now remember, I'm not drinking like that.
Right.
I'm really, as much as I'm drinking, I'm not drinking like that. I'm just keeping my lips wet, basically. I don't know if that's a pause moment. Anyway, fuck it. So everybody else is more intoxicated than I am.
Right.
By far. Throughout the weekend. Because I'm not really drinking to get drunk. You know what I'm saying?
You're just drinking to participate.
To participate in the drinking and, you got one? All right, give me one. Mm-hmm. Dude comes over. The minute he could, he grabs her, picks her up, and takes her into the pool. Gets back in between her legs. I'm looking at my girl. I just couldn't do it. Yo, come here, man. Come to the pool. I hops in the pool. Yo, come here. Let me holler at you. Yo, what's up? I said, yo, you know she drunk, right? He's like, yeah. I'm like, and you gonna fuck her in the pool? Because I know you was just finger popping her. So is you gonna fuck her in the pool in front of anybody while she drunk? He's like, nah, you ain't got to give me a conversation about principles. I said, bro, she's with me. That's it. Ain't no more nothing. My back is out now because I watched it the first time and I don't really like talking aggression. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I'm at that point where I want to go in his mouth because you abusing Shorty, dude. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you abusing Shorty in front of me. You feel me? So I'm looking at I don't want to converse. I don't want to converse. I want to go in his mouth, but I'm in Mexico. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I don't want to go through the system. Right. It's my last day there.
Oh, damn.
You know what I'm saying? I missed my flight. I don't know how the Mexican police do. I got on swim trunks. I don't know how cold the cell is. This is real shit all through my mind. Mm-hmm. My back is out now because I'm ready. I really want to go in his mouth. And he talking like, nah, yo, da-da-da-da, because he drunk too. And he seemed to be an alright guy at first. So I don't know if he knows the decisions that he's making as well. Remember, I'm the only really sober one around everybody. Mm. Really. So I don't even know if he's like that or if he's just taking advantage of the moment. Mm-hmm. And, she flirting. Shorty was flirting hard. So I don't, He start talking about, yo, I got 2 daughters.
The fuck does that mean?
And I'm like, so you wouldn't mind if your daughter was out here and got drunk to the point where she's drunk dry sweating. You know that dry sweat look. She's drunk. And a nigga come snatch her, throw her in the pool, and start fucking her. You know she can't make no conscious decisions right now. I say, bro, if she likes you, she gonna like you later. Somebody accept that person in the Patreon. If she likes you now, she's gonna like you later when she's not drunk. This is swingers. She fuck you later. It's the middle of the afternoon.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Trust me. She leaves tomorrow. She might want to get some things. You know what I mean? He want to talk. I said, so now I'm past the point of talking. I said, dude, don't touch her no more. And I just dove in the pool. Now I can swim. I'm a Pisces. I can swim pretty well. So I dive in that pool and I swim across to the other side and I just sit on the edge of the thing and I just stare at him. But I'm angry. I'm very angry. And so I got on my feet and I dove in again, but this time I did the dolphin dove. And I forgot it was only 4 feet of water.
Nigga, no way. Nah.
Really, nigga? And I hit my head on the bottom of the...
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Son, I seen every light in the rainbow.
Oh, shit.
I thought I was gone, bro. I hit my head trying to be Captain Save a friend. And I'd do it again. Because the alternative was me standing there upset and watching him and taking all of his movements as a sign that I should do something. And I was out there with my girl and we was having the time of our lives. And me hitting my head was it kind of released all of the aggression. That one moment. And if I'm going to say the universe does anything, it's been leading me in the right direction. And I think I needed to hit my head. Because if not, I would have been walking around with all that aggression. And I know me, that doesn't end well. I'm at the bottom of the pool, son. But the nigga in me knew I could not come up to the top looking crazy. So I gathered myself at the bottom of the pool because I can swim. So I'm literally down there kicking and everything while I'm trying to gather my senses and swim about 20-something feet under the water and came up. And I had the wherewithal to turn around and just feel my head. I had a gash in my head. And I felt my nose, like my whole face smacked into the fucking bottom of the pool. Damn. I don't like you, baby. I look at my girl, because now I'm at the other side of the pool. Like the long, I went the long, not the width side, I went the long way towards where I knew I could escape. And I said, yo, come here. She sees the urgency in my face. And I just start walking off. And she caught up and she's like, what's up? And she's like, oh my God. I was like, just hold it down.
Some real tough nigga shit. Like.
Hold it down. And I'm like pinching the shit, but the blood is really like flowing down my arm. And I'm just like this, walking through like, yo, he touching her? She's like, nah, he ain't nowhere near that girl. We go up top. I get my shit stitched up. Not stitched up, but like the pull Band-Aids, the one that kind of keep your shit closed. Got 2 of those. And I wasn't really hurt. But my face was swelling up. So I'm like, I can't go back out there like this. I said, go gather Shorty up, gather Dominique, grab him up, and we're going to go back to the room. And that's what happened.
Wow.
To my face. Protecting black women is dangerous.
I feel you on that. Like, you can't, like, talk tough to somebody and then come up bleeding. Like,
first of all, here's my only issue with this. You, my nigga, you're a very special type of person because You be absolutely right and then take it too far. You did not have to jump back in that pool again. You was fine. You had it. It was like period to the sentence here at the end. You know, you asserting your dominance. You good. But no, Mr. Extra Pants. Like, nah,
but
let me dolphin dive in again.
You don't understand the anger.
No,
I couldn't stay still.
I get it.
I couldn't stay still.
I get it.
I had to get rid of that energy.
I get it 155%. You be 95% correct, and then that little 5 that you just take it a little too far, and then it just crumbles your whole argument, just start fucking falling down. You was so good. This was such a good story until now. Look at you. And Tahoe, honestly and truly, it's been like 5 days. Take the fucking Band-Aid off, yo.
No, I only put that on because I be still brushing my hair in the wave grease. I don't want to get it. So I take it off when I don't normally. But I did it for effect.
Okay. Yeah, because you're dramatic. Because it's not that bad.
It's over.
Oh, yeah.
It's healed. But I be having a do-rag on it, and I don't want the shit to, you know what I mean? So when I'm at work, I put the shit on and all that. But it's good. It's just protective now. So that's what happened. And niggas, to any of y'all niggas that's out there, I don't know how you feel, whether I was caping, it's a swinging resort, people doing what they do, but also understand that that's a rape charge. Also understand that that's a sexual assault charge, because if she would have said, yo, I was drunk, I said no, anything throughout that time, you're going to jail in Mexico for rape. Trump, if that was you, what would you have done?
I you know, the whole time you was telling the story, I was thinking like how much I salute you and how much more cats need to be like that. Like, not only do we need to protect our black women at all costs, but we need to protect other black men from making bad decisions.
I told them that.
You know what I mean? And we got to hold each other accountable and be like, yo, I saw this on Twitter too. I think it was today. Like, somebody was like, yo, black men need to tell other black men where they're falling short. Like, yo, you can't just let niggas do wild shit like that and just walk by and just turn a blind eye. Like, nah, that's not the role we playing right now. You know what I mean?
And that's the crazy shit, is that later on, she was in the room with us, and she's like, oh, I feel so safe around you, and this, that, and the other. And I was like, I had to ask Dominique, I was like, do you think she want to fuck the nigga? Like, should I have let her? Mm-hmm. And he was like, she would have, but she might have regretted it. You don't know, right? And my girl, I think my girl actually said that. And I'm like, see, that's the thing. She was drunk. I would have hated, see, the moment when she says, I didn't want it, and I was sitting right there. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I did it for her or for my own conscience. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because we never tried to do nothing with Shorty no more. She friend, family, like peoples. But what if she felt bad about it later, and I was standing right there and ain't do nothing?
And even if it's just something as simple as like, nah, not right here in the pool in front of everybody. Like, y'all both drunk, y'all wilding. If y'all want to fuck, go ahead somewhere, but not right here. Yeah, even if it's just as simple as that, like, sometimes you just got to step in and help people make better decisions, man. Like, as an OG move.
Check that camera. She'd have smacked it with the mic.
It didn't move, though.
But, yeah, that was the one that was...
Nah, it's an OG move, and I commend you for that.
Dodge, did I move correctly?
Absolutely.
Now, the thing is that Shorty wasn't that adverse to having done it. Now, she said that she did not want to fuck me. Mm-hmm. But she was drunk enough to have done it. Mm-hmm. She expressed that. Mm-hmm. I think, in not so many words, I think. And I was like, what if she actually wanted to fuck me?
Then she would have. Then she would have went and sought him out. That's how that works. Like, I've been at parties, drunk, by myself, and seen a nigga that I liked, and I will go to that nigga. If I want you next to me, if I want you near me, I know how to go get the person that I want. Y'all already had this one situation in the pool. If she really wanted to fuck him at the end of the day, even after you said what you said to him, she would have sought him out. Like, yo, where you at? Where you been? Why you not here? If she didn't come look for you, she really wasn't checking for you. Plain and simple.
So, yeah, that happened. And when we talk about... There's a lot of men-women things going on, right, lately that I want to talk about. How much time are we in?
A lot.
Okay.
I got a test to take.
Very quickly. So that happened. Tiana, what do you think? You good? That was pretty good. Do you think I handled it right? Besides smacking my face against the pool, son, my whole shit was crazy. While I was away, this nigga wants to die. This nigga wants to die.
You wanted him to have it, so there you go. Asking ye shall receive.
While I was away, I noticed this whole Safaree Ericka Mena thing. And I was going to do a video about it. But obviously my Wi-Fi was fucked up out there. Because I tried to upload So Shameless. And that shit ain't going nowhere last week. By the way, there's another episode. If you haven't heard last week's episode, it's up. It's called Court is in Session. It got uploaded maybe Friday, Saturday morning, Friday night, something like that. So it's up if you haven't listened to it. Ericka Mena is about to have Safaree's second baby. Am I correct?
Yes.
And they have broken up. Trauma, I know you don't know what's going on. Nope. And she does not, Safaree wants to be there for the birth of his child, and she does not want him there. Okay. And being that, I believe because of COVID, you can only have one person up, she is denying him the right to see the birth of his child. And he went and got a court order, or he's seeking a court order to allow him in to see the child being born.
Absolutely not.
Explain.
That's a 150% hell no. See, let me tell you something about giving birth. That shit is not fun. That shit is not easy. And the last thing a woman needs is somebody in that room that brings them stress or duress. Understandable that you're the father. We get that. We all get that. But you care more about what you want than the safety of your wife, because they're not divorced, of your wife and your child.
They are divorced. Oh no,
they're not divorced.
Okay, so that's his wife.
You care more about this, about what you want. I want to be there. I should be there. You care more about what you want versus what is safe. Versus what is safe for the mother and the child.
But she's making the same choice.
No, she's not, because she can die. That baby can die in childbirth. Don't suck your teeth because that shit is fucking real.
No, I'm not sucking my teeth because of the possibilities. I'm sucking my teeth because people use that. She doesn't want him around. It's not because every time she comes around, she gets high blood pressure, or that the baby seems to.
You don't know that.
She don't want him around.
But if I don't want you around,
so she's making the same choice.
No, if I don't want you around, your presence can make me get heart palpitations. Your presence can stress me out. Your face, you don't even know why they're going through what they're going through. His presence altogether can spike her blood pressure. Why the fuck? Niggas y'all don't understand how fucked up it is. It's not easy.
No, I do.
It's not at all. And from somebody like myself that had to get induced, that had preeclampsia, and my blood pressure at one point was 200 over 100 and something, and that was during contractions, because that stresses you out too. So I got a stressful motherfucker in my face, and my blood pressure is gonna spike every time I contract because that shit is stressful. What if she has a fucking heart attack, a stroke, a seizure? Then what? The fuck type of selfish shit is that? Like, who do you care more about? That's your child. We get that. You're going to be that kid's daddy for the kid's whole life and beyond. It's not about you. Let her give birth to that child in the way that she feels is the most safe and peaceful. Because the one thing they say about giving child peace, you need peace. You need somebody that's going to be there to calm you down, not to heighten you up. The fuck is wrong with y'all?
Sean, what do you think?
I respect everything you're saying, Dodge, and I understand, let me rephrase that. I don't really understand all the scientific risks that a woman goes through as it relates to stress when giving birth.
Nigga, I could show you the pills I take every day.
Hold on.
But however, it's like, I don't know Ericka Mena. I don't know their relationship, but I do know that sometimes a woman may
pick your words wisely.
Be emotional in her response.
She's fucking pregnant. Of course she's emotional.
Right? Okay, my bad. I don't mean to cut you off. Y'all do what y'all gonna do. I'm gonna mind my business.
what I say is, talking from a personal standpoint, there's been times where you may not have. Let me speak personally. There's been times where I haven't been given access to my child, and I had to take her mother to court, and the reason wasn't justified in the court's eyes or my eyes of why I wasn't given access.
That's fine. That's
it's because the woman decided in her own emotional state that that's not what she wanted to do.
Okay.
Right? So given that may be a factor, I don't know their relationship. I could see him possibly being like, yo, you got one person. I'm your husband. This is my child. You get one person to be in that room. I don't give a fuck.
We are going through a divorce,
I don't give a fuck
nigga,
whether you like me or not. This is my child.
And you're going to see it after it's here. Born, healthy, after it gets here. I don't want you to be the one holding my hand. I don't want you to be the one giving me ice. I don't want you to be the one rubbing my back. That you bring me stress. You can't be that person. And that should be understandable. Niggas not saying you can't come to the hospital, period. Niggas saying when that baby comes out of my vagina, I don't know if y'all understand how fucking stressful and traumatic that is, period. But once that baby comes out of me, you're not the nigga that I want to see. Because you're not bringing me peace.
All about you.
It literally is about me because my life is on the line to have this baby, not yours. You're a fucking spectator.
And that's where I'm like, I'm not saying you would do this, Dodge, but some women may exaggerate the situation like it's life or death about whether
nigga, it's always life or death.
Because the father is in the room, now all of a sudden I'm going to kill you both?
No.
Let's take it down a notch.
The process itself is always life or death. There's a mortality rate with black and brown women, period. I don't want the one motherfucker that has stressed me out, the person that has stressed me out in this relationship that she had to go to the hospital while she was pregnant because of her stress. I don't want you in the room.
There are some women that will find any reason under the sun to not allow the man that they dislike in that moment access to that room. It may not be a scientific related reason. And that's what I'm pointing. Listen, I respect Ericka Mena. I respect mothers. I respect her decision. I can't say that Safaree should get, rights legally to go in there. I can't say that for sure. But what I am saying is there's two sides to this coin. And sometimes, you gotta listen to the other side. Like,
no, here's the other side. You can still see the baby. You can probably even come in the room before everybody gets kicked out. I went through this with one of my old friends because when I gave birth, there was only 2 people that was allowed in the room, but there was 3 people there. I had to make a choice of who were the 2 that could stay. That ostracized a person. And that's fine. Niggas didn't kick you out the hospital. You just can't be in that room at that moment that is that important. So he can come to the hospital, but so what if you can't be the one person that's in that room because I don't fuck with you right now? And would you rather me... Y'all ask men, and it's not you. Men ask a lot of women, and I think that y'all should all get really punched in the fucking mouth. Like it comes from a place of like benign selfishness. Who do you care about? You care more about this memory, or you care about the fact that your child gets delivered safe, your wife has a safe delivery?
Because you can't control your emotions enough to have a baby without having
have you ever been
shit.
pregnant before? Nigga, you could barely control your emotions and you're not even pregnant. You've never been pregnant. You would be the worst pregnant woman in the world, Tahoe.
I agree.
So how fucking dare you? Of all people. The fucking audacity.
Hey, Your Honor, everything she's saying, I agree. She's right.
The audacity. Nothing about that shit is fun. Nothing about that shit is easy.
But we're not talking. Listen, what I would do, as emotional as I am, is know this is a one-in-a-lifetime moment. We can see
it's a 2-in-a-lifetime moment because you saw the first one. Replay that shit in your mind.
See, look. And that's the selfishness.
Hit the replay.
That's the selfishness. When we're talking about selfish, let's think about what you're taking from this person because you don't want to. Period. I don't want to.
No.
And now because I don't want to, I'm going to be stressed out enough where I might kill my child because I don't want to. Now, hold up. Before I say all that, I also want to say, yes, this woman also needs a certain type of support. If she only has one person up there, Trom, would you want person you now hate because they may have cheated on you or hit you or disrespected you to the point where this, that, and the other, to be the only person there, right? To your support system. That's what this person is. This person is your support system. Mm-hmm. They cut your dick off or whatever, because we don't know what he did to her.
Right.
But imagine that being because they have the right to by the court or whatever, because she had to live with that baby for 9 months. We don't know where he was at. Right. We don't know. Well, she has that. She has to be there. And now she has to be forced to.
Yeah. I don't like that either. I had to preface it by saying I don't know their relationship. I don't know the dynamics. I don't know the real stress caused.
Let's be fair.
But he does have an argument, is what I'm saying. Like,
in this moment, she could die. She could. It is there. Let's think about all of these things when it comes to just motherhood and everything that encompasses it. Mm-hmm. This baby does come out of her body. She has felt it kick, breathe, her nose has gotten fat, lost weight, high blood pressure, preeclampsia is a thing. I couldn't let Rashida know that Amari had to go to the NICU because she had high blood pressure. She could still die after the baby.
Hello.
I couldn't tell her that. Literally could not tell her that her son was in duress. So I had to go deal with that myself because I wasn't. My high blood pressure in the moment wasn't life-threatening, because I'm sure I had it too. But hers was life-threatening to the point where I couldn't tell her something. Think about that. I couldn't tell her something because she could die.
Right. Let me add to my stance, right? I don't think that at the end of the day, it's the woman's choice. I don't think that a court should force somebody into the room with you, even if it's the father, right? So don't get me wrong. I don't disagree with you, Dodge. But what I'm talking about is I encourage any woman in that situation to think about it in a way that's not selfish. Depending on what the scope of your relationship issues are, depending on who that man is to you now.
Why are you only saying that to the woman?
Because I'm respecting the woman's choice. I'm saying the woman has the right to make that choice. But I'm asking the woman, to make that choice considering everything and not to be selfish.
I'm considering my health. I'm considering my life. I'm considering the health of my child. I'm considering a safe and productive delivery.
I had it though.
I know, but I got it.
Now they're gonna say we jumping in there.
No. Because if all
we
of that,
jumping him, then it's fucking
I'm
happening.
saying to consider it. If you consider it and all of that outweighs everything else, then deny him access.
She's not being considerate.
You don't know.
I don't know. I prefaced it by saying I don't know their relationship. I do not know Ericka Mena, Safaree. I don't know them.
In what way could he be considerate?
What's that?
In what way could he be considerate in this situation?
Very good question. He could definitely respect her choice. I believe like a court order is a bit.
Yo, dead ass.
Y'all haven't learned how to use Zoom after all these years.
Him trying to get a court order to grant himself permission is a bit extreme. I think I wouldn't do that.
It also went and took a court order. That's wild, though. No.
Again, I'm not the type of person to take anybody to court, let alone family court. I've done it before. Sometimes, what means the world to you? Your seeds.
My money, my house, my guns.
Right? Your kids mean the world to you. If somebody is blocking you access to your kids at any point, from day one to day 18 years old, if there's any human being blocking that, then yeah, you might fight them legally or whatever route. So I understand the sentiments, but I wouldn't. I'm not agreeing with Safaree in this situation. I'm just posing.
I understand your point.
I'm posing a different side,
But I do have a different side.
Yeah.
Bacon, we have a video that we'd like to show.
How many fucking videos and anecdotes?
Listen, I've been trying to just show that I'm on top of my game here. Bacon was supposed to be on top of this, and he should have known that this was happening. Why can't you click on it? Can you click on the video?
She got reinforcement. Landis, why can't I see my son? Huh?
He just woke up.
Then she got reinforcements coming and shit, man. Come on, where can I see my son?
Woke up, bro.
All right, can I see him?
Why are you here this early? You know you're not even allowed over here.
All right, I'm here to see my son.
Okay, you can see.
Let me
but
see
look how
him and
it's
I will
early.
leave.
It's early.
Let me see him and
It's
I'll leave.
early,
Why can't I
bro.
see him?
It is early.
That's why I can't see
It's
him.
early. Move.
Let me see my son. Bro, cause nigga, I'm trying to see my son,
It's
bro.
6:30 in the morning. Get the fuck out of here, nigga.
Nigga, I ain't had to ring the doorbell, so you just
Man,
would've
get
came
the fuck
out.
out of here, nigga. I don't care nothing about that gun or none of that.
Bro,
Get your
I'm trying
bitch
to see
ass
my
out of
son,
here.
bro. I don't
Nigga,
care
it's
about
6:30
shit
in
you
the
talking
morning.
about.
Nigga, come back.
So that, bro, that's what
nigga,
you
I don't
want?
care about that
That's what
camera,
you want to
nigga.
land this nigga. This
I
ain't even
really
for that. This
smack-
for child support, bro. Come on now.
Who put you on child support?
I'm about to put myself on child
About
support because you,
reaching for that gun or none of that,
bro.
nigga. I
I'm
will
making
beat
sure
your
it don't
ass
fall
out
out
here.
my pocket, bro. Calm down, bro. Come on. Can I
Bro,
see
get
my
out of here
son?
before I really beat you up.
Come back later, bro.
Get out of
Come
here.
back later.
Bye.
Okay. Not like you, bro. Why do you be
Nigga,
on that?
fuck
Like you got a
nigga.
kid or something,
Cuz,
bro?
nigga, why is you all coming over here?
Cause
nigga,
that's
ringing
my
the motherfucking
son.
doorbell
My
at
son
6:30 in
stays
the
here.
morning.
Bro.
Bro, look, I'm about to slap your bitch ass. Get out of here.
That's disrespectful.
Alright,
My
bye.
godmom already told you, bro.
All right, then let me see my son get off that
Already
bullshit.
told you.
Okay.
Get off that bitch ass shit. And put
All right,
it on
hey,
social
hey,
media.
can you back up? Hey, bro, can you back up? Shit, wild as fuck, man. You see this dumb shit? I gotta go through this crazy ass shit, boy. Shit don't make. I'm here to see my son. I told you. Cause you be on bullshit. You don't let me see him. You don't. I can't call you. You block every number I call. When did I call you? Cause I'm blocked. Cause I'm blocked. On bullshit, I just want to see my son. I just want to see my son. Okay, all right, let me look. All right, bro. Okay, bro, I'm about to leave, bro. I'm just trying to get my son. You weird. Why is you acting like that? All right, bro. So I can see him back later. So I can see him when I come back.
You scared.
Who's scared?
This is stupid. This is dumb on
So
both
can we explain?
sides.
Can we explain what we just saw?
There's a woman that came to the door, the child's mother. He's just saying over and over, I'm here to see my son. I'm here to see my son. And she's like, he just woke up. It's mad early. Like, what are we doing? And it's like an argument, like, and then apparently he has a gun. Why do you have a gun at 6:30 in the morning? Then some other man pulls up and he's just telling him to get out of here. Like, yo, it's 6:30 in the morning. Why are you here? Like, why this? You got this little gun. Don't nobody care about your gun. I'm so confused. And my confusion comes from, what did he hope to get accomplished? Like, obviously, y'all don't have an amicable relationship. So you thought knocking on the door at 6:30 in the morning was going to help you see your kid any better? That's when the court should be involved. That's when a mediator should be involved. That's when you as a parent, you're supposed to exercise your legal rights, visitation and stuff. Like, obviously, y'all don't have an amicable relationship. So what were you trying to accomplish?
That's what you would have did. You'd have went to court.
Listen,
If your dad had your daughter in the building, you would have went to court.
if my dad had my daughter,
Your baby father had your baby in that building, and you wanted to see your baby, you would have went to court and made sure that you had the court officers. You wouldn't have went up there and said, "Yo, give me my daughter."
not like that, not in that type of a relationship. I don't think that this is the first time that happened just by their interaction.
That was the first time that happened. Tron, what do you think?
How do you know?
I've been both of those dudes in that video, right? I've been on both sides, right? You can't, not literally. Like, I've never gone to either my baby mom's crib at 6:30 in the morning because you just can't do that shit. Like, this person has a whole life. They're living. You can't just ring somebody's doorbell at 6:30 in the morning because you ready to be a father right now.
That's
you don't
wild.
know what his past was. You don't know what responsibilities he has or hasn't handled as a dad. At the end of the day,
I agree with both of y'all.
you know, at the end of the day, like Dodge said, if you really want to fight, you have to fight legally. Luckily, most of the laws support men being involved.
Yeah.
If as a man you go and take the mom to court, the court is going to be in favor of you for the most part, unless you're just an extreme negligent fuck up that's endangering the child. It's like the court is going to want a two-parent involvement in the child's life. You're going to win. So you got to handle it the right way. You can't just pop up at somebody's crib like
Why
at
not?
6:30
That's
in the morning.
wild. So what's she supposed
That's
to do?
some
Just
street
hand
shit.
you the
Like,
baby? Like,
What? I don't understand.
I don't understand.
That's
I'm
just not the way
confused.
you
I'm
resolve shit.
confused. Resolve what?
They obviously
Resolve
have
what? I
some
just
type
wanna
of
see my son.
You just want to see him, nigga?
Yeah.
Then FaceTime me. See him.
I
Like, what do
can't.
you
have me
want?
blocked on everything.
So you want me to do what? You
Let me
walk up
see
in my
my
crib,
son. I know, I just
6:30
want you
in the
to bring him
morning.
outside.
You can see your
It's
son.
6:30 in the morning, bro.
You just got home from work. Maybe that's the time I knew when you're gonna be home.
That's kind of wild.
Why?
And how old
it could
is
be a
this
carry
kid?
state, and he didn't have a gun in his hand. Hand was on his hip.
So if you
It's
the
an open carry state.
if you're the second dude in that video,
Coulda left
the
that
one
shit in
that
the car.
lives there,
He didn't live
with
there.
the
He
shorty.
pulled up.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
He drove up.
The nigga that
She
pulled
called
up,
the nigga.
Okay, the nigga that pulled up. If you're that person, somebody that you're close to, is going through something because a nigga pulled up at 6:30 in the morning.
The father of the child wants to see
The
his son.
father of the child
All
wants
right.
to see his kid.
I have one.
No, because I agree with y'all on everything you're saying, but at the same time, why actually couldn't just let him see his son?
So
Like, why is that
let's
such
say
a big deal?
me and Parker's
everybody. Hold on, everybody's so like. First of
No,
all,
it's not a
that
big deal.
looked like an open carry state.
Yeah, that's
so
fine.
him and he said, "Dude, what are you talking about? My shit is in my pocket or in my hip. Or like I didn't reach for
You
nothing."
went to go see your son. You was gonna play with the baby with a gun on your hip.
This nigga, big fucking chicken greasy shrimp face ass eating ass nigga, keep popping out every time I come see him. Yeah, I knew he knew who the nigga was from when he seen the car pulling up. So obviously this nigga's been involved with this conversation. Listen, I just want to see my son.
You can't
All
pop
right,
up
no,
when
no,
you
no, no.
feel like
Why
it.
not?
What
That's
if
not the way this shit works.
What if it was
I,
me?
I live
No,
here.
no,
You
seriously.
can't just come here when you feel like it.
So your daughter's mother can't come to your crib to see your daughter if she's at your crib? at
Absolutely
16?
not. At 6:30 in the morning, unannounced. No. What the fuck you mean?
I'm letting my daughter at least see her mom.
No.
What happened?
I'm sorry.
But
Why not?
my
I don't
question is,
understand.
what if
I'm letting my daughter see her mom.
You'll give visitation.
I'm not doing that shit. If Parker's father came, knocked on my door at 6:30 in the morning, I want to see my. Get the fuck out of here. It's 6:30 in the morning. One, you're out your motherfucking mind. You're out your motherfucking mind.
Okay, what about the history of her blocking him on everything and all that? Like,
Sometimes you gotta block a nigga.
so this is the only way I can find
Go get
you.
a court order.
I agree. 1,000%.
Because obviously, me and you, we don't have amicable communication skills. We are not at that point. We're not mature enough. Our relationship hasn't evolved enough. This is chaotic. That is a chaotic scene. And you just brought chaos to
But
your
why
son's
shouldn't she
doorstep
just
at
bring that-
6:30
so she
in the
shouldn't have
morning.
just-
No, not from my perspective. No, I don't believe that. Not in this setting.
With a pistol. Like, you can't come up
That
to
it's
my
an
crib.
open carry state.
It doesn't matter just because it's an
Still.
open carry state. You don't gotta come to my door with that shit. You
I'm
could have left that
coming
shit in
with
the
a
car.
gun. If this nigga keeps coming, the nigga was gonna hit him with the gun on him,
As he should.
Cause he ain't give a fuck. Fuck you and that guy.
as he should have.
Cause
Yeah.
you coming and disrupting the house. It's 6:30 in the morning.
It's my son inside.
This
I haven't
is
seen my
disrupt-
son.
the nigga
I
not
thought y'all said
dead.
by any means necessary. I'm supposed to be father. You
And
just
there's
said
a
this.
way
You
to
just
do
said
it.
this. You just said
I
this.
said by any means necessary.
Nigga, you just said, yeah, I will do that or worse. Regardless, might not be fun. I'm going to fight for my kid. You just said this.
There's a way
You
to
literally
do things.
just said this with the Ericka Mena having a baby and it being
Absolutely not. I also just said I respect the mother's choice. Like, that mother needs some sanity in her life.
But you
whether
just was arguing
whether
against
she's
the shit
giving
could
birth.
kill the mother.
I was
this is a different situation.
But even in that situation, I wasn't arguing that Safaree should be granted right. I was arguing that, hey, I could understand. I don't know them, but there are times where a woman may have been irrational in that situation, right? I just want to at least consider that part of the situation. That does not mean I never said like Safaree should have been granted court rights to be there, even if Ericka Mena didn't want him there. At the end of the day, I respect the mom's decision. You got to respect her sanity and her quality of life and her. You can't just pull up to somebody's crib whenever the fuck you feel like being a dad and be like, yo, with a gun on your hip, like, yo, I want to see my kid right now. Like, that's not the way the shit work. You know what I mean? If you're really that passionate about it, then go through the proper systems and channels to get it done.
At the end of the day, apparently they don't have that type of relationship that you can just walk up to the door and say, hey, I would like to see my child. And she says, hey, okay, that's fine. Here's your kid. You know that that's not the type of relationship that you have. So you put yourself in this predicament and you wanted a certain type of result and you're upset that you didn't get it. What were you expecting? Y'all don't have
my
that.
son.
That's no, Tahoe. That's not how that works. This is what I'm saying. This is why it's
I'm
important
expecting to see my fucking
This
son.
is why it's important to cultivate relationship. Y'all don't have that relationship, so you need a third party. You need an intermediary to get you to the point that you can do what you need to do. Because whatever happened between y'all, whatever y'all history is, it's not amicable enough that you can walk on my door and knock on my door and say, "Hey, I would like to see my kid," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, sure, no problem." There's something deeper there that we obviously don't know about. I don't know who's on the fault side, him or her, or if it's both of them. But if you know that that's not the energy y'all have, you know that's not the relationship you have, you got exactly what you was looking for because you knew that this was not going to turn out the way that you thought it was. That's why you was already prepared. You was prepared for the drama because you knew it was going to be drama. So what made you think that this day that you woke up on the day that the Lord gave you, that everything, whatever happened in y'all past was just going to change and she was just going to say, okay, sure.
Yeah, you could have wound up having to kill a nigga out there. Then you go into jail. The kid's never going to see you again. Or you're getting arrested. Or
it was a bad decision.
Anything could possibly
period.
happen. At the end of the day, she could have had... I seen the ring on the wall. Mm-hmm. Now, if the ring... Now, what if you did have to grip up? She absolutely has a case with the court now as to why you're not the person to be around her child. We didn't think this one through at all.
It's all like, this is what I'm saying. There's a way.
I just wanted to play devil's advocate.
I know you do. I know how you are. But what I'm saying is there's a way to do things. There's a way to advocate for yourself. There's a way. Not everybody has a positive co-parenting situation. And men, sometimes they see the courts as an enemy. And I understand why. But it can also help you get what you need. You need visitation. You need joint custody, split custody, holidays, whatever. Then you need to go and be the person that goes to the court first. Y'all always get mad like, oh, she putting me on child support. Oh, she's taking me to court. Nigga, you should have beat her to the punch. You should have went first. You saw how this was going. Instead of ringing her door at 6:30 in the morning, you should have been at the courthouse 6:30 in the morning waiting for that bitch to open up at 7 to do what you got to do to see your son. Because this is really about your son, right? Mm-hmm. This is really about your child. So then make sure that it's really about your child. Niggas go about things the whole wrong way and then get upset at the results and then want everybody else in the world to cape for them. Y'all don't have a good relationship. All right, how's y'all parents' relationship? Do they have a better relationship? Can your mom call her mom? Can your dad call her dad? Like, there's other ways you can get a medium, somebody in the middle, but y'all two together, y'all do not have those communication skills. And as two parents, y'all motherfuckers need to grow up and figure it the fuck out. That ain't the way. First of all, me, personally, I'm not a morning person. You knock on my door 6 o'clock in the morning, you want drama from me.
Right.
You want me to go upside your fucking head because I don't even like waking up that early. I don't want to see nobody face at 6:30 talking about, let me see my kid.
I'm going to tell you, at the end of the day, this happened to me before as well, Tron. Mm-hmm. I'm at my shorty crib. It is after the club, right? Mm-hmm. So we must have went and got something to eat. It might be about 4:35 in the morning. I'm getting head on the couch. The kid is in the back, knocked out. Pants around my ankles. All you hear, doom, 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 doom. At the front door. Now, the front door is right there. Mm-hmm. Right where the lamp is. Mm. I'm sitting on the couch getting head. She look out the window. It's this nigga. He don't know she got a new nigga. Mm-hmm. But this my whole shorty right now. So I'm like, yo, open the door. He comes to come storm in and he sees me. I look at the nigga. He says, let me see my son. She closes the door. She goes in the back to get his son. I pull up my pants. I walk to the door. I said, bro, it's the wrong time for you to come. I mean, see your kid and all that, but don't do that no more. He's like, all right. I closed the door. I went back, sat down. She comes out with the baby. Baby's dead sleep. Right. Baby dead and sleep.
Yeah.
And she gives him his son and kind of like closes the screen door so she can see he ain't going to take him or nothing. And the dude sits out there with the kid for a couple minutes. And then, gets the kid back and dips off.
The nigga wanted a hug at 4:30 in the morning. Fly by parenting shit. Then take the little nigga. You want to see him? Take him.
I think he was used to coming in.
Yep.
and going and being in the room, whether it be sleep by the baby or getting some pussy. I don't know what he was used to doing, but that's over, homie.
He used to coming and going as he pleased.
That's
and
corny.
at that point, she was wrong for that. Like, because now you are allowing this behavior. Like,
How was she wrong? She don't know when he gonna pop up.
you can't just let a nigga in at 4:30 in the morning just because he feel
I
like
told her to
popping
open the
up on
door.
you.
I said open the door. I had my dick out and everything. Open the door.
Open the door, but you,
I hate Tahoe.
I mean, all right.
Fucking bad.
Open the door just to see what it is, but not open the door and grant you permission. But at the end of the day, it was probably the right thing because he was embarrassed and he never gonna do
Yeah,
it
you
again.
ain't coming back around here.
He ain't gonna do
and
it.
I'm aggressive, so. And when the door closed, I opened it up back again.
Like
Oh, hey.
I'm very pro
What?
father. I had to point out, like, I've been on both sides. I'm pro father. Obviously, you want the father the dad to
It's
be
5 in the
kid's
morning,
life.
homie.
You not
Yeah.
here to be no fucking
It's
dad.
dark outside,
You
nigga.
here just to say that you did something. You here for recognition. Like, you want to be a fucking dad, then go be a fucking dad. Like, nobody's going to stop you from being a dad. But we going to set boundaries in this motherfucker. You come in here 6:30 in the morning because you want to see your son. You want to see this nigga, or you want to take this nigga. If you want to take this nigga, that's a whole different story. I'm going to pack his bag real quick. You stay right here, Playboy. I'm going to pack his bag. I'm going to go get the baby. And then you can go here. You want to have your son, or you want to see your son? That's another problem I have with niggas. Like, I want to see my kid. Let me see. For what does seeing do? You want to see? FaceTime that nigga. Or do you want to take the child? Do you want to be a dad to that child? You want to take the child for a couple days? You want to go get that little nigga breakfast? That changes the narrative of the conversation. Or you just want to walk up in my crib and just look the motherfucker in the face and say, hi, good morning, son. How you doing? Like, get the fuck
And
out of
do
here
it
with
for
that
the gram
shit.
because you got your phone out. And
Now
all
you got your
that.
phone there. Look, she won't let me see my
and
son.
all that.
Not you won't let me take my son for the weekend so you can get a fucking break because you just got off of work 6:30 in the morning.
When? How's he gonna do that? He's gonna have to go to the crib at some point anyway. Maybe
Huh?
that's the time he knew she was gonna be home.
No, I understand that, but what I'm saying is, it's like words mean things. It changes
Maybe
the
he's
narrative.
been trying to chase the baby down, chase her down for mad long. That's the time he knew she was gonna be home.
Yeah, you listen, yo. I don't want to come in with no drama. I know you just got off of work. Can I take my son? Can I take him out? Can I take him for a couple days? Can I keep him for the night? You get yourself some rest. Bet you the whole conversation narrative would have changed it. Let me see my son. Can I see my son? The fuck up. Oh, I hate niggas.
Bro,
Makes
I
my
didn't like
skin
her.
crawl.
I'm sorry, I didn't like her.
You didn't like her because you didn't like her.
No, I didn't like her because she didn't just bring the baby out. The baby's up. She's like, the baby's up. Baby's up.
She said he just woke up.
Baby's up. Let me see my son.
There's a thing called setting a precedence. You ain't
Setting
gonna
a
just pop up
precedent.
in my crib
Setting a precedent.
and I'm gonna do what you asked me to do.
But you're wrong.
because you asked me to do
It's
it.
not. See, but when you talking about being considerate, that's my son. That's my son. It's not about you. Let me just see my son.
Again, there's backstory that we don't know about, but there's some niggas that just want
She's not.
pop
I
up
know the
on
backstory
camera
is that she's not letting him see his son.
for whatever reason.
I don't know. No.
And trust me when I tell you, I'm sympathetic to dudes that can't see their son.
No.
There's very little reasons why a dude should not be granted permission to see their son. I get it, right? But it's not just whenever the fuck you feel like it.
Right.
You can't. I live
So
here.
we all talking
you
about
can't just ring my
precedent.
doorbell.
Yes, my
and
baby lives here
demand-
too. But I'm doing devil's advocate again because I feel both sides. I'm more pushing towards him saying, okay, my nigga, build a room for your kid in your spot, get a good job, and go put yourself in child support like you said you was.
Right.
Go file for joint custody.
Right.
Where you have the equal amounts to rights to your child, but showing up to the house with a gun at wild hours and trying to use that video
Yeah, with a gun and a phone.
is not going to get you what you think.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's illogical.
Paint her as the illogical person by doing the right thing.
Right.
Filing the court papers, showing, hey, listen, I got this amount of money. I have a room for the child. I work and I have time and effort. This is what I bought the child for the last whatever amount of time. Just let me get joint custody of my child.
What's his motive for videotaping that? Yo, I'm just
Just see
trying to
how
see my
wild she
kid.
is.
I'm just trying to see my
Because
kid.
at the end of the day is, I think he bought the gun because he knew the big nigga was coming. So I think he had every right to bring the gun. I'm sorry, y'all. I do. Because that big nigga was going to hurt him anyway.
Yeah, it
he
fucked
didn't
him
care whether he had the gun or not. The big nigga was going to strike him anyway. That nigga didn't, it's like, he didn't give a fuck about none of that.
Right.
So I can imagine what type of, we're talking about precedent. I can imagine what type of conversations they've had before, or altercations they've had before. So the niggas like, I'm not showing up there just in case that nigga's in the crib. He just kind of come rush me. But back to Dodger's point. So if you knew that was the problem, then why show up here anyway without the police court order or whatever to come get your child? The only thing is, Dodge would have went to go get her child. I don't give a fuck what she's talking about right now in this podcast.
Huh?
She was going to get her child.
For who?
From the father. The father don't want to give you the child. Is you
From?
going through? Say you.
No. I would have
Yeah.
pushed through that whole. Go get my fucking baby, bitch.
Exactly.
Who the fuck is you talking to?
And then
But that's because I'm a parent.
But so you don't know nothing. This is what I'm saying. If your baby father had his new girl there and she show up to fight you while he's saying, well, she's staying with me because I don't whatever want you to see him, and you got to go through the court to go get him, to go get her, you're not doing that.
It would never happen to me. That would never happen to me.
You're not doing that.
But it would never happen to me. You understand?
Because you get hundreds on every test. That's why. I know.
I do. No.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That's not why. That's not why. No, it's because I know how to effectively communicate even in hostile situations. That's why. And I know how to do what needs to be done. The fuck I don't.
I've had hostile situations where you haven't known how to effectively communicate.
I know how to effectively communicate in hostile situations. That's why we're still here. See, we're still friends.
You came back and effectively communicated.
Sometimes it takes me a minute. Sometimes it takes me
So in the moment, shit could have rocked off.
I wouldn't have went over there. If like literally,
I can't put myself. Me and you have argued or whatever, and I'm sure if you had a whip, you'd have said, "Hold up, this nigga got me fucked up." It came and knocked on my door.
No, not you. What? Other people, yes. It depends on how I value our friendship. Because if Parker's father lived in New York or I lived in Dallas.
You pulling up.
I would have been in jail by now.
So then if you're doing the exact same thing you're telling this man not to have done.
No, I want to fight him. I don't want to fight him over being a parent. I want to fight him just because I want to fight him. There's a difference.
And Trom, as much as I understand what you're saying, I just think that y'all are taking the humanity out of this situation. He just wants to see his son. We don't know whether, like, what hurt his time, because he said, yo, if I come back later, can I see him? That might mean, yo, I can't even get a hold of you.
I feel like she didn't say no though. I feel like she said come back later.
That. Yeah, I don't think she answered that.
I feel like she said, like, why would you be here this early? Come back later. I feel like that's what she said.
Okay. Yeah.
Why do you think he had the phone out?
I think that he went to prove that she's not letting him see him, but it just
to
proved
post
that
it on the internet. Clout chaser, because it's on the internet right now.
Yeah, but that's this generation. Like, come on, we're 40, we're 30, 40. We're talking about 21-year-olds that all live on the internet. They have YouTube now, YouTube boxing events. That's what their life is about, is the internet. They don't play fucking Skelly no more.
The reason why I asked that,
let me record this so all my followers can see that
that's
she
what
not.
He reminds
your followers can't help you.
He reminds me of the nigga that wants to pick his kids up on Christmas and bring them around to the family.
Nah, you don't know
as
that.
if he's been a dad 365
You don't. Nah, see.
Oh no! I like that point. No! I like that point.
I don't like you niggas, man.
I'm not saying that that's the case. I don't know this nigga, but he reminds me of that.
Why
you got your phone out?
Because she won't let me see my son.
What are you doing with the footage? Just putting on the internet so you look like, hey, I'm trying to be a dad, but she won't let me. Nigga,
that's corny.
I'm not doing. Nah, if you really want to be a dad, you don't need your phone out in that moment. I'm sorry. Like,
I know how she's gonna behave. I want y'all to see that I can't see my son.
What, y'all? Who's y'all? What the fuck?
Whoever. That's what he does. That's what the internet does now. That doesn't give him less credence of wanting to see his son.
Unless you're taking that to court, you just bringing it to niggas so that people could pat you on the back like, yo, man, I know you're trying to be a good dad. Like, nah,
I understand that. I understand that.
Niggas do some corny shit out here.
Understand that that's what this generation does. All of them. That's what they do. People start fighting. What do?
Pull out their phone.
Fucking weirdos.
That's what they do.
I hate it.
Do you do that?
No.
You wouldn't do it, right?
Right.
But that's what they do. Apply that same understanding in that situation to this situation. That's what they do. Period. That doesn't mean he's a bad dad. Doesn't mean none of that. Doesn't give you no attention or lack of attention. It doesn't. None of it. That's what they do.
Ugh.
This is a pick up your phone generation.
Okay.
But y'all are right. Ultimately, him showing up at that time, him showing up with the gun.
Somebody said it in the chat. Nah, niggas really do be show and tell dads though.
That's right.
They really do.
Right.
It's so
but I've
corny.
been that too. I've been that at one point in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Growth.
So I get it, because I definitely used to go get my daughter. I used to make sure I had a pair of new ones on Easter and some white pants. You know what I'm saying? And take her to Coney Island or whatever, or to the block and walk, and just couldn't wait till I could drop it back off so I could hustle in my new white ones and hit the club for Father's Day. Yo, it's been a long episode.
Too long. Y'all niggas talk too long.
I don't know how we're recording next week. I don't know if we're recording next week. We're supposed to be doing a cap and no cap. Can we do cap and no cap on
Zoom? Yeah.
Zoom?
Yeah. Why not?
From like Cali or some shit like that?
Yeah.
And then we just
I'll probably be out of town too. Yeah, let's do it.
do that, and we just drop that next week. We'll do this
Down
week.
south.
Next week. Listen, guys, I try to understand there's a lot going on in everybody's lives. So Shameless is my number one baby. Hardest Off is number 12 behind my kids. But I also have my real children who I'm going through things with, and a whole bunch of other things that you guys will see soon. Parting me with the, consistency is the number one thing in podcasting. I understand that, and you guys rely on us. We're part of your lives. Y'all are part of ours. Please just bear with us through this time. This next month or two is just going to be a little weird, but we're here. We are still locked in, and we will let y'all know when we're dropping. We will let y'all know if we're not. Patreon, we are doing our best to bring y'all as much content as we can. Well, Trom is trying to figure out if he's ever going to give y'all a mix again in life.
I'm a creative. Just bear with me. Once I get through my creative stalls, it's going to be a floodgate of mixes. But I just had to get through my shit.
I love that and understand that. No shade. No shade. But they asking.
Yeah.
Like, literally, they
understandably.
they
And
all the
I
time.
legit feel bad. I got some shit I could put up. I got some shit I could give y'all. But I know it ain't what y'all want. You know what I mean? I could just hit record and just fuck around for an hour and put it out. But that ain't what y'all. That ain't what y'all deserve. I just gotta get out of my funk. I'm out of it. Just gotta.
Damn, that's a good. I love the accountability. Because I remember being in the funk, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to be in one too.
I remember being in the funk. That shit don't feel good. At least being able to identify it is the thing. You know what I mean? That's the first step. They say is admitting it. And I wish you the best, my nigga.
Thank you, sir.
On that, path. I am rounding this episode out. Patreon, thank y'all for being here. Bacon, thank you for being here. I'm waiting to see what's going to happen with your podcast. Tiana, I don't know if y'all want to talk, if y'all don't want to talk, if y'all don't want to do anything together. Bacon, hopefully he figures something out. Tiana, I love you as well. Bacon, I left you out of something. I'm sorry. I bought everybody gifts but you.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
I'll unveil them on the Patreon after show. Guys, you can go listen to the read. So Shameless.